Today we are celebrating 8 years of me being a professional astrologer. So I want to take you down my journey of learning my own business's birth chart. It was not planned. And how I got to where I am and what's coming up in the future. It's been very hard tracking the official date of my business because I genuinely feel like I was born as an astrologer, and if not an astrologer, a psychic, because I've had those gifts my whole life. And I was doing readings way before 8 years ago. I just did them free. The journey of me really learning astrology is something that I miss so much. Like, you have no idea how much I missed that time of my life. It was heaven. It was utopia. 4 years before 2017, my guides were really preparing me for what would have turned out to be CV-19. And I didn't know what it was, but I knew that something was coming and that I needed to wake up for that. And so I wouldn't say I resisted, but I would just tell my guides, let me know when it's time. Let me know when I'm ready when I need to go out there. And they did very clearly. When COVID happened, that's a whole other story. Around this time when they were preparing me, I was working with private astrologers. So the way that I did my strategy, I was very strategic about it and I love it. I hired and worked with 4 astrologers to teach me and mentor me, and they were all different elements. So I wanted to work with an air sign astrologer, earth, water, and fire. And I actually ended up getting 2 air sign astrologers. I worked the least with the fire sign astrologer because he was just like me. And as far as philosophy, and then I still to this day work with 2 of the air astrologers and the earth astrologer, my go-to. So the thing with me working with these mentors is that it was all fun for me. I actually was doing it for fun. I wasn't doing it to become an astrologer. I always say that I accidentally became an astrologer because once I had gone to school for so long, I turned around to try to read my own chart and become my own astrologer, and I couldn't. I was so detrimental with my own chart. I was catastrophizing it. And then I quickly realized holy shit, all of this education and I really can't be my own astrologer. So I started accidentally reading people because I had nothing else to do with my information. I was like, let me read you guys. I could read you guys easily without freaking myself out. So 3 years before CV-19 is when I got the loudest, biggest urge to go full force. Everything's going to change in the best way possible. There was absolutely no fear around it. And I knew that I was going to move. I knew that my life personally was going to change a lot. And I needed to open a website, start brand new. So all of this honestly happened so fast. I couldn't even keep track of it. And then next thing I know, I put up a website and I'm booked 24/7. Okay. Which was really nice because I think I had that buildup of people, and it was just a matter of time. What was really interesting was that when I tracked my birth chart for my business, I didn't know what date to use. I was so confused, as I mentioned earlier, because there was so many different ways that I could go with it. So finally, I decided to use the date where I announced on my personal Instagram that I was going to dedicate my life. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry. I was gonna dedicate my life to the heavens. And that basically meant that I was gonna come out publicly as an astrologer wherever that took me. Not for the money, not for anything other than expressing my devotion, love, and peace in the universe, in the cosmos. So, and I did that because when I looked up my business chart, it came up as a Taurus. My business came up as a Taurus, and I was like, what? So hard to concentrate while I do my makeup. So I might have to just do another one. But the reason I went with that time was because when I originally when I opened my website, it was giving me a Taurus sun. And I was like, what the fudge? I was like, I don't see myself, my business having a Taurus sun. So I went back to that first point of dedication, which was my no turning back zone. And guess what? I thought it was going to be in Aries season. I don't know why I wanted my business to be in Aries. Maybe because I'm an Aries rising. But when I tracked that down, I remember it was at the end of Aries season. And that was my profession, my announcement, where I was like, I'm coming out as an astrologer. And lo and behold, it was actually April 20. And the sun was already at 1 degree of Taurus. So we were going into the second day of Taurus. So any way you cut it, my business was going to be a Taurus. And I was very fascinated by that. And so at the end of the day, BRILLA SAMAY, astrology as a business, is a Taurus sun, Cancer moon, and Sagittarius rising. Doesn't that make so much sense? I talk to you guys about emotions all the time. I have a book coming out called Emotions, and Sagittarius rising is spearheading this whole thing. So coming back to where we are today, I think that my business has gone through a lot of phases. I've seen so many facets of it, and I've gotten so much out of it. And the main thing is fulfillment and purpose, and just knowing that I'm where I'm supposed to be. And also working with you guys. I think one of my favorite things is live streaming, although that was presented to me by my astrologer as a challenge. Now, where are things going for BRILLA SAMAY? I think that we are definitely going to be focusing in on business astrology and business management through astrology. Always bringing in the karmic astrology. I will never drift away from karmic astrology because it's the foundation of everything. But I am personally a lot more interested in financial astrology and business astrology, as I've always just kind of dabbed into. So I think that's going to be coming more up. As far as professionally, I'm going to be talking more about time and time construct. So I'm going to go into teaching more versus talking about astrology, because I think that the world is ready for that information. Anyways, guys, this kind of video was all over the place because some slides were getting deleted as I was talking, so I had to repeat some things. But let me know if you have questions in the comments below. I will answer them.